Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the very start, God made the sky and the earth. So basically, at first, the earth was a hot mess. It didn't have any structure or anything, just emptiness and darkness all around. But then, the Spirit of God started doing its thing and cruising over the oceans. Then God was like, yo, let there be light. And boom, there was light. And God was like, yo, this light is lit. So God separated the light from the darkness, like he made sure they didn't mix, So like God named the light day and the darkness night. And the whole cycle of evening and morning, it marked the first day. It's like just to clarify, the evening came and then the morning came, and that's how the first day went down. And God was like, yo, there should be like this cool layer between the water, separating it from more water, and like this layer is actually called the expansion. It's called the firmament, but it's called the expansion here. And then God created like this super cool, massive sky thing, and he split up the water below it from the water above it. And guess what? It totally happened, just like that. So God named the sky heaven. And in the second day after the evening and morning passed, and the evening, the Hebrew text clarifies that the evening came and the morning came, marking a new day. Verse 9, and God was like, yo, let's bring all the water together in one place and make some solid ground, and just like that, it happened. And God was like, yo, let's name this solid ground earth, and the whole watery party, let's call it the seas. And you know what? God thought it was pretty lit. And God was like, yo, let the earth do its thing and grow some sick grass and some dope herbs that bring forth seeds, and also some lit fruit trees that produce fruit after their kind with seeds in themselves, all up in the earth. And guess what? Boom, it happened just like that. By the way, grass in Hebrew means some really fresh and tender grass, just for your information. And then like the earth totally grew some awesome grass and plants that has seeds of their own. Oh, and there were those cool trees that grew yummy fruits and seeds too. And God was like, yo, that's super good. So like the third day came to an end and a new day began. It's just like, the evening turned into morning. Just to clarify, when I say evening, I mean the start of the day. And when I say morning, I mean the end of the day. You feel me? I think that's a little backwards. I'm pretty sure the morning is the beginning and the evening is the end, but you get the picture. So where was I? Verse 14. And God was like, yo, we need some lights up in the sky to separate the day from the night. They'll be there as signs and to mark the seasons, days and years, It's like the perfect balance between day and night. And like God made these things called stars and stuff in the sky too, like give light to the earth. And bro, it totally happened. No lie. And God created two awesome sources of light. One super bright light to be in charge of the day, and one not so bright light to be in charge of the night. Oh, and he also made all those cool stars. Hashtag day and night. Hey. Yo, God placed those celestial bodies up in the sky to illuminate the earth. And like to have power over the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God was like, yo, that's lit. That's lit. Yeah, that's lit. And God was like, yo, it's time for the waters to be filled with all sorts of dope creatures that have life. and birds that can soar high up in the sky, in the wide open space above the earth. By the way, when I say moving creatures, I mean the ones that crawl or whatever. And when I say life, I mean those creatures with souls. And when I say birds, I mean the ones that are good at flying. And when I say wide open space, I mean the face of the cool firmament in the sky. See, we circle back to it. The firmament. And yo, God made those dope whales and every living creature that be moving, which be popping out of the waters in mad numbers, each one according to its kind. And all of them flying birds according to their kind too. And God peeped that it was all good, you heard? And God was like, yo fam, I got you. Blessings all of y'all. That was hard to read, I'm not gonna lie. I had to read it again. He was like, go forth and prosper, make yourselves fruitful and multiply like crazy. Dominate the oceans with all kinds of fish, and let the birds go wild and multiply all over the land. And like the evening and the morning vibes were totally on point. It was the lit 5th day. And God was like, yo, time to bring out the living creatures, like one each according to their own kind. Cattle, creepy crawlies, and all the beasts of the land. And guess what? It totally happened just like that. And God created all the animals of the earth, like totally each according to its own kind, you know? The wild beasts, the farm animals, and even all the creeping things, all unique and special in their own way. And when God looked at everything he made, he was like, that's good, man. That's good. Yeah. And yo, God was like, check it. Let's make humans look and act like us. And let them be in charge of the fish of the ocean and the birds in the sky, all the animals on land, and everything that crawls on the ground. God was like, yo, I'm gonna make these humans just like me, you know? So he made them in his image. Oh, shoot. That's me right there. That's me right there. That's you too. Put a like if you made in God's image. Bless up. So he made them in his image. And get this, he made them both male and female. That's double the awesome. And God straight up blessed them. And he was like, yo, be productive and reproduce like crazy. And fill up the earth with your peeps. And you got the power to control the fish in the sea, birds in the sky, and basically any living thing that's roaming around. You got this. So yo, peep this. God's like, look, check it. I hooked you up with all the plants that you have seeds on the planet, and every tree with fruit that has seeds too. You can eat all of them. They're gonna grub. They're your grub, for real. For real. And I made sure that all the animals on the earth, birds in the sky, and every living creature that crawls on the ground had plenty of green plants to eat. They all depend on it for survival, and that's exactly what happened. By the way, when I say living creatures, I mean being with a soul. Beings with a soul. Pretty cool, right? And God looked at everything he created and said, wow, it was totally awesome. And then the day turned into night, and then back to morning, completing the 6th day. That was Genesis chapter 1. Should I continue in this video? I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. That was the first chapter of Genesis in the Gen Z translated Bible. I hope you enjoyed this time reading it with me and following along. It honestly didn't take that long to get through it, not even 10 minutes. I think I can do this every day, honestly. And I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. I'll see you there.